So what I want to start with is to talk about the greatest feeling in the world. That's why I came here. I believed in my heart that I have tapped into this thing that is the greatest feeling in the world. And I want to share it with the world. This feeling is sensual. It's happening in my body. It's mystical. It means that there's a connection to something deep, man. This thing connects me to all creation. It is emotional. Well, obviously, there's passion involved. And it happens to be creative, which is why the title of this is The Creative Revolution. And it all started for me 30 years ago when I had a moment of revelation, which I talked about with you last year. And I had a moment of creative inspiration that was so profound that I had to know about creative inspiration. So I was a chemist, I quit my field, I went into psychology and decided I needed to know everything that psychology knows about creative inspiration. And the truth of the matter is, psychology doesn't know very much at all about these experiences. And what is it? Well, to inspire, the very root means to fill with spirit. Inspire, draw in spirit. That's what the word means. So I presented in Deep Creativity in last year this very important idea, which I think is revolutionary, and it's an idea that has gotten me thrown out of some of the finest places in the world that psychologists hang out at. And it's the idea that there are not 7 billion plus sources of creativity in the universe. There's only one. There's a single light of awareness that is creating everything, that creates the ideas that come through you and come through me, that create all thoughts and all things. There's a single unitary consciousness. And I called it in Deep Creativity the Creator creating creation, because it's a trinity. It's the consciousness, it's the process of creating, the energy of creating, and it's that which gets created all as a unitary thing. A thing beyond all things. And for me, inspiration is what it feels like when the Creator creating creation is embodying my body, and only C3, as I call it, this Creator creating creation, only C3 is in my body. I'm out of the picture as some separate entity in the universe. That is what I call the greatest feeling in the world. And the reason I call it that is because when I have it, which I am really blessed that I get to experience this pretty often now, because I've found it's like cracking a code. When you figure out, I had a friend who was a real estate investor, and he said to me, if you take away every penny in my bank account, I'll still be a millionaire in 5 years. Because he cracked the code. There's people who've cracked the code of different things in the world. I happen to have cracked this code, and it only took me 30 years. But boy, there's been a great 30-year run.